Dun, 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 dun. Good morning, good morning. It's beautiful Friday morning. I don't feel like shit today, so that's nice. What you saw yesterday, you saw my sister and I get into a little spat over transgenders and how many genders there are, which is a hot thing in on right now. And honestly, the more I think about it, I've tried to look at debates on the matter because I'm not transgender, so I can't speak fully and be fully informed. And the fact that I'm not does not mean I can't speak on it. It just means I'm not as informed as some people are. The more I look into it, honestly, it feels like it's a mental problem. I'm sorry. But you can't say something that's not true. You can go to the extent of, hey, I identify as this or identify as that. That's fine. But if you plain out state, I am, and flat out, you're not. If someone says, I have one arm, and to appease this person, we're going to chop off the other arm. But that's their truth, right? It's wrong. We're not going to appease that person. Someone says, I am too fat, and she's skinny as hell, and she has anorexia. We're going to try and tell her, listen, you're not. It's okay. It's a crazy thing that we are made to bend to people's wishes, to live in a fantasy. Goddamn squirrels! I've got fourth one already. Bend to live in a fairy tale land of non-truth and be forced to acknowledge the non-truth. So we're being forced to lie to people, to not hurt feelings, forced to. It's fucking crazy. Hello.
Hey, sorry, so quick. I want to make a baked potato in the oven. How long do I cook it for, and do I crack it with the fork?
Yeah, you can pop it in the fork a few times. If you put the oven on 400, you could do 450 in that ballpark, 4 to 450. If you want to do it a little faster, put on like 425 just to be safe. And do it for about 45 minutes. I mean, up to 45 minutes up to an hour. And the way you would tell, basically, just it will be hot, but if you take like a hot pad or something you can use to touch it with, squeeze it. If it feels soft when you squeeze it, if it smushes in, it's done. It's very simple.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, if you want, you can just wrap it in tin foil and throw it in there.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do.
Just wrap it in tin foil, throw it in there, and then give it about 45 minutes to an hour, and you can always test it just by squeezing it. If you squeeze it and it squeezes easily and it's soft, it's done. It's a very simple way to tell. And if you're hungry, you want to eat it then, it's not quite done, nuke it for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right?
All right, thank you.
No problem. I love you. Bye. Oh my goodness, can't hear nothing with a fucking trailer next to you. Anyways, I think it's bullshit. There are laws being enacted to lie to people. If I walked around and tried to make everyone tell me I was Asian, and then started pushing laws into that way, that you are hurting my feelings by not telling me I'm Asian. No, you can clearly see I'm a white guy. But if I want to go so far to force you to live in my world, say, no, you got to tell me I'm Asian. You're hurting my truth if you don't. It's reality. It's the truth. It's the world. It's what is going on. It's just real life. I don't care if people want to dress up and identify as a different sex. It doesn't matter. White kids who dress in baggy clothes and listen to rap, I probably more identify with black culture. That is fine. But you don't see them making everybody say, hey, listen, I listen to rap, I wear baggy clothes, I watch the NBA, black culture is what I identify with. You need to tell me I'm black. No, it was vilified. It was basically saying these kids were appropriating black culture. So it's not the same thing. So I don't understand how it's okay to be forced to say a lie. Forced. They always say, oh, what's the hurt in saying that? Because I don't fucking want to lie. And honestly, to not hurt someone's feelings, maybe I might. I might say, hey, yeah, you're a girl. Especially if I can't tell. But to be forced to is just, it's unconstitutional. Being forced to lie to somebody. Forced to lie. It's crazy world. It is. You have to be forced to let a 40 or 50-year-old man use the bathroom of your 8-year-old daughter when you can't even go in there? Where the fuck is the common sense to that? I don't care what the fuck they identify. The fact is, you are a 50-year-old man in the bathroom with my 8-year-old daughter. I don't like it. And it's disgusting, and it should not be together. I don't care how you identify. You're with a little girl. You should not be able to go in and be in the same room as a random little girl using the bathroom. The fact that's okay in society, it's fucking nuts. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, but leave kids out of it. Holy shit, I mean, you feel like you're crazy having to fight a fight to not let grown men in with little girls using the bathroom. But no, that's transphobic. To not let grown men in the bathroom with little girls. It's fucking disgusting. And I don't give a fuck who you identify. Live how you want to live. I got my own life. You got your life. Go to work. Live your life. Pay your bills. Have a family. All the power to you. But you can't force the world to call you and say to you what you want. It's not how it works. You can't force people to acknowledge you in certain ways. You can't force people to let you go to the bathroom with their little girls. You can't force people to go into locker rooms with women. And it's funny because they always say, oh no, there won't ever happen to be no pervert to take advantage of the system. There has been. And there is. So the fact that there has been and there is, and it is a possibility, why not just keep it the way things have been? It is not that slanderous to use the bathroom you were born as a sex. It is not that bad of a fucking thing. If you are saying it's not that big of a deal to let a trans woman use a female bathroom, well then it's not a big a deal the other way. Why is that one not big a deal, but the other one is? It's a big deal to use the bathroom you were born as. But it's not that big a deal to go in the other one. It's not that big a deal. It can't be one without the other. I'm sorry. And I got pissed off because these people are fucking with little kids' heads. And just thinking about a grown man in the bathroom, a little girl, is disgusting. And we're made to believe that's okay. We're being forced to be told that's okay. No, it's not. It's okay if you want to fucking wear a dress and identify as the opposite sex. No one gives a fuck. But you can't force the world to address you any which way you want. You can't force people to say certain words to you. That's not how it works. Your opinions do not mean more than mine. Mine do not mean more than yours. We are equal. You can't force people to say a certain thing. Feelings or no feelings, you cannot force people to say things. Their opinions matter too. If their opinion is they think you're a man, and your opinion is you think you're a woman, the fact is you're probably a man, and you both are entitled to your own opinions. Holy fuck, it's a crazy fucking world. But it's Friday. And if you want to be trans, fucking good for you. That's the way you want to live. If you feel good walking around as the other sex, good for fucking you. I don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck. The only time it bothers me is when you try to get into the world of little girls. When that is introduced, then it starts to bother me. Even that as little boys. If a kid is lonely, does not automatically mean they're probably the other sex. This agenda to basically turn every lonely kid into a person that just doesn't fit in. They're lonely. Why not just talk to them and find out why they're lonely? Kids are outcasts. Not all kids get along. Socially, it's hard growing up. And there's a million different reasons why they might not fit in. It's not in one little box. Kids deserve to be listened to, not told why they're lonely. Oh, boy, oh boy. But hey, come at me. Whatever. Fighting fights my whole life. What's another one? I don't know if people can fucking hear me. It's a beautiful Friday. Sun is shining. I'm yelling at my fucking phone in my car. I'm just playing America. You know I love you. Oh boy. Oh, I can't wait to get out of the place, get into the new place. I can't wait to get into work and out of work today. It's Friday. You know, I work Saturdays. I might just take off tomorrow so I can get some shit done. Because I kind of really want to, like, get all my stuff over my house. It's kind of important to me. I think I'm going to take 2 days off this weekend. Wish I had a cigarette. I've been clean now from cigarettes for over 2 years. I've quit smoking for over 2 years. And honestly, I still get urges to have a cigarette 2 years later. Hello.
Hey, sorry that took so long. I forgot what time it was. It came in at 5:30, so.
That's all good. It's sunny, it's bright. Staring at the fuck, trying not to get blinded while I'm driving down this road.
Yeah, I have sunglasses for that now. The prescription. I got my letter from my therapist, and I actually have a diagnosis.
A diagnosis for the sun?
No, a diagnosis for me to give to housing. Like, there's an actual certified diagnosis with the questionnaire shit.
Okay, well, I mean, the one thing I was worried about, too, I was thinking about that. Now, you might be certified to need a service dog, but how are you going to prove that you're certified that you need 3 service dogs?
It's breaking down to what each animal specifically does for you, so...
Because that's going to be harder. I mean, to prove you need a service dog, I think, I mean, you should be able to do that. But to prove you need 3 is going to be pretty difficult.
Technically, Pistachio and Fiona are emotional support animals. They're not service dogs.
Yeah,
Clara
but...
would be the only actual service dog, and she's training. So she's technically not certified as of right now. Fiona and Pistachio were allowed in because of the differences already. They said this has already been explained in the letter
But
from the person.
aren't they going after you because of it now, though?
As I said, I think the only reason why he's doing that is specifically because
you were bitching about the fridge.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm actually gonna, if he's there, I will bring that up. If he's not.
I don't know, Patty. If I were you, I would try and drop the whole fridge thing. If you want any chance of not being evicted, I would seriously drop everything. I really would.
I'm not gonna argue with him unless he brings it up first. It's only supposed to be me and Frank.
I know. I'm just saying. I mean, the more you become combative with the landlord and the boss guy, the more he's gonna try and come at you. And honestly, you can only fuck yourself over. I mean, maybe you might win and yep, you're right. They should have changed your fridge out. You're right. But in the same sneer, they might just go through an actual loophole, be like, oh yeah, well, this says service dog or not, you can't have more than one. And this dog is a large dog, and it's only a medium dogs allowed in the projects. So I mean, they might try to hit you with the loophole the same way you're trying to hit them. But it's very, just be careful rocking the boat when they decide you're home. Just be careful. Because they are the people who decide whether you have a home there or not. So just be easy. I mean, if you want to bring it up, but try and do it in the most respectful way you could. Make sure you don't call names or make it personal at all and be like, well, I had to do this and you guys are fucked up and can't. Just stay calm, state your case. Oh shit. Sorry, I didn't know you were even gone.
Yeah, you hung up. I called back twice and they kept hanging up, and I'm like, well, whatever. Fuck you too.
I didn't know it was even hung up. My phone's on the thing next to me. But yeah, just go in and, like I said, just be respectful. The best that you could do is just do it with very clear. Don't be demeaning in any way. Don't go in with emotions. Just state the facts.
That's one of my problems with because I'm not emotional when I have to testify. I'm actually very level-headed during that time, and Justin has actually used that against me in court because he'll cry and I don't.
Yeah, well, that's when it comes to kids and the judges deciding favor and all this shit. And when kids are involved, it's always emotional, and the judges are swayed by that, I believe. But this is...
No, the judge told him to stop making a mockery of the court, and then he stopped immediately.
Well, that's funny. But again, just keep in mind, this guy decides whether you live there or not. So just be very wary of that. You might be able to state all the things you want with your therapist and your psychologist or whatever you want to say. But he can easily say, I don't give a fuck. You need to be out in 30 days. And there'll be nothing you could do about it. So you might have all these letters and all this stuff. He can still just say, I want you out. Very simple and clear.
Well, see, that can open up a discrimination lawsuit.
Yeah, but in the process, you can start this lawsuit, but that lawsuit wouldn't happen for years. In the meantime, you'd be kicked out. So, you could do the lawsuit all you want, but he could still boot you out. And you could spend hundreds and thousands on lawyers over the years to make the discrimination lawsuit. You can get your therapist to do all that stuff.
I wouldn't be spending the money. I looked it up, and when it comes to cases like this,
Yeah, that's only if the lawyer thinks he has a case or she has a case and can make some money off of it.
The Department of Justice takes over cases when it comes to discrimination for emotional support animals. But I don't want it to go that far.
Well, I'm just saying,
and walk away.
That's the best thing you could do. Yeah, just do that and walk away, and just don't basically say nothing. Just kind of yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, whatever, and just be as cordial as possible. And if there's anything that you might have been at fault at, and he says, hey, I apologize, I didn't know this. I'm sorry, I didn't know this. I'm sorry, but my therapist told me this is this. I'm sorry, but I have a letter for this dog, and just be very respectful, be very cordial, be prepared, get your stuff, get your ducks in a row, but just just be careful, because this guy decides your home, and you could say he's discriminatory, but he could still kick you out. And if there was something that you were going to go to court in the process, it would take a while. And in the meantime, you would be kicked out.
I didn't plan. Well, they can't kick you out until the hearing.
No, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. If he says you have 30 days, legally you have 30 days. I'm pretty sure that's the minimum that he has to give you 30. I think he could do 60 or 90, but I think the minimum's 30. But they can do a lot of shady shit. Just be careful. The housing people don't give a fuck about people, and it's shitty.
Yeah, I know.
And they because it's their job. The fact that it's their job, they look at it as a job. As like, you know what? I'm going to work. I'm fighting these people. We're giving them housing, and they're fighting me on this, and they're fighting me on that. And he's looking at people like they're annoyances, you know? Almost like they're bothersome. And honestly, it's people that just needs help with home. But they don't look at it like that. They look at it like you're bothering him.
The first time I had spoken to him, I was asking him, because I had requested them do the gutters because I had trees growing out of them, and if that's not done,